How you doing? COVID-19, pretty scary stuff. Well, I'm going to forget about it for a while. I'm going to get myself into this 1971 Ford Country Squire. I'm going to change the rotors. I'm going to repack the bearings. Heck, I'm even going to replace the bearings. Probably don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. It'll get my mind off this COVID-19 stuff. And get my brakes all nice and updated. Rattrap Productions, we show you how to do stuff. Rule number one, live, don't die. That's why I got that, and that, and that. You don't typically want to see wheel spacers on vehicles at all because it is hard on the bearings. So you can see here and here, those are two bolts that hold the caliper on. There's two here and there's two right there. So I'm going to remove these bolts. Okay, so I'm going to slide the caliper off and I'm going to hang it on this. I just put this on the control arm. So come around here, put those on and let it just hang there. Okay, if you don't like grease, this is where you got to tune out. Put your gloves on. All right, we got to take this cotter pin out. There's a castellated nut that will be coming off. See, this is the castellation, but it's actually just a sleeve that goes over this 1 1/8 inch nut. Now there's a washer in there that I got to get out. Take that washer out. Here's my bearing. Okay, now I can take this whole guy off. If I wanted to take the seal and bearing out, then what I would do is something like this. You would put that nut back on, and you would carefully do that. There's the other bearing. And that's how I took the seal out. Doesn't matter because I'm going to replace it all, but it's a neat little trick. It's a brake cleaner on there. Scrub-a-dub-dub. When I'm in here, I'm going to get stuff clean too. Might as well. You don't want any oil left on there, any grease, anything. Then you want to check this. See what the wear looks like. I can definitely see that there has been a bearing on there, but there's no burr that I can feel with my fingers or anything like that. It still seems nice and smooth. Good to go. Alright, so I cleaned it up, put the caliper paint on it. You torque these 9 to 14 pounds. Tapered roller bearings come with a race. Now, if I was going to use an old rotor, I would have to pound these out and replace them with the new one. Alright? Because if this race isn't in really super good shape, then it's possible that you're going to go through the bearing much faster. These races are brand new. Now, some people will still pound these out because they will think, well, this is the race that came with the bearing, so I need to use only this race. But it's a brand new race. And these races are not manufactured so pinpoint precision that this is the exact race for this bearing. So don't worry about it. But first we're going to take the inside of the hub, we're going to pack it full of grease. What the manual says is that you're going to pack this full of grease just until the grease level is level with the races. You're going to take some grease, you're going to put it in your hand, you're going to take the bearing, and you're going to start forcing it inside the bearings. You know you have enough in when grease starts to squish right there. See how the grease is coming out between this and the race and this race here? See how it's coming out right there and there? That means I'm packed. Now I'm going to take a seal. Now I'm going to take a little bit of grease and I'm going to get this coated. And then I'm going to pound it right in there. I'm going to use a tried and true method. Hear how the sound's changing? When it starts to change pitch like that, it means it's seated. That's the inner bearing done. We're going to push this on, and you'll actually feel a little resistance. Okay? I'm going to put the outer bearing in. Now I'm going to put the washer in. Now I'm going to take the nut. We're going to go 17 to 25 foot-pounds. 25 right there. I'm going to back it off 1/2 turn. Okay, so my wrench is here. 1/2 turn means it's going to be facing the other way. Zoop. Now I'm going to go 10 to 15 inch-pounds, which is basically finger tight. Castellated nut, and it doesn't line up right. See, I want it to go through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen it just enough. Grab a cotter pin. Put my cotter pin in. Okay, so here's the 4 bolts that hold the caliper, floating caliper in place. These are called the locating pins. Those get torqued to 25 to 35 pounds. And these are the backing plate or stabilizer bolts. Those get torqued to like 8 to 11 foot-pounds. Rattrap Productions, we show you how to do stuff.